Do you feel like the hatred, or like the few people who are online like trying to tear the film down, like do you think they have other motivations besides race? Because I think race plays a big role into why there's any criticism about such a good, wholesome film. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Whole Views, and today we're going to be talking about King Richard. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't so far. We're doing everything we can to help the channel keep growing. We need people's support by hitting that subscribe button, hitting the alerts, and coming back and checking out more videos every time you get a chance. We try to upload as often as possible, talking about a wide range of things: trailer reactions, movie reviews, Firearms Friday, a whole lot of stuff going on. With that being said, let's talk about King Richard. So here we have a film starring a black family focusing on the adversity they go through to get to a better place in life. Seeing the rise of two of our best tennis players in the history of the world, and seeing how much their father impacted that drive. That being the premise, there are people somewhere on Al Gore's internet still hearing that premise, watching this movie, and deciding to do this.
Come on, Boogie, let's burn this motherfucker down! Boogie, let's burn this motherfucker down!
I don't understand it. I don't get what drives a person to see this premise, see this film, and say, I would have rather they do it differently. I don't like the fact that they focus on the father. Like, really? In what reality would Venus and Serena Williams be the same Venus and Serena Williams without the influence of their father? There's nowhere. And this movie is kind of like a tribute to him. Now, I can understand if people felt that way if they watched this movie and this movie was done without the input of Venus and Serena. But they're all over the press junket. They're all over promoting. They saw the production. I'm sure they approved of everything that was done. What you mad for? They wanted their father to be depicted like that because that's what they experienced. People just, yeah, I'll say it. People just don't want to see black families be glorified. There's so many people who are quick to jump in and say negative comments and try to bring down the image of that father in the situation. And it's just weird to me. I don't understand why bring down Richard Williams the way people try to. If I'm being all the way honest, I didn't even know that there was any controversy. I follow Kev on Stage on Twitter, and he had tweeted that people mad that they made a movie about their dad, and I was like, well, what is this? Then more and more I started looking into it, and lo and behold, people were upset. Now, I'm gonna do a full spoiler right now, just review going through it, but I'm gonna go fast because there's nothing to really criticize about the film. You look at the story. Story is a 10 out of 10. It's so heartwarming. It's so uplifting. Within the first 7 minutes, I was ready to cry. Like, I was ready to break down. Like, man, this is the love of a father. And you see it throughout the film. And then you get some more nuance to it as you go along. But when they on the tennis court in the hood and he takes a slight beating for his children, it's like, that's what a father does. Like, I'll put myself out there and put myself in harm's way to protect you. Like, who's mad at this? You can't be upset with that. That was tear-jerking. Like, seeing this is how far he's willing to go for them kids. Great stuff. The way he emphasized education, the way he emphasized patience, everything that he did throughout the film just showed the love of a father. Now, there were some things that were brought up. I'm thinking specifically, let's move into visuals. 10 out of 10 on the visuals. But when I think about performances, is, what we're seeing on the screen is the visuals. That kitchen scene, oh man, the kitchen scene towards the end of the film, right before Venus decides to go pro and take on that match, is something that you can only see done by a black woman. Like, she broke him down in that kitchen scene and then built him up at the end, like reassured him, like, yeah, I broke you down, but like, it's not that because I'm mad or because I hate you. It's because you needed to be put in check. And honestly, I don't believe there's anyone that could put anyone in check quite like a black mom can. That could be up for debate if y'all want to, but I don't believe y'all gonna win that. I believe black women can handle anybody. Excellent performance by her. Excellent performance by the little girls. They even resemble Venus and Serena. When you get to the end of the film, they show real life images of everybody. The only person who is cast kind of out of place is Will Smith. He don't have the complexion, but he did kind of adapt the walk, the hunched over kind of walk. He did adapt the mannerisms and the speech pattern. Like, that was all good. Not to criticize too much, because I don't think there's many people who could do a better job than what Will Smith did in this film. Good performances all the way around. Very well shot, very well done film. When you talk about the pace of the movie, I give it an 8 out of 10. Very well paced. There were really not many slow parts. They came at appropriate times, and the length of the film felt right. It felt very, very right. As far as like, when does this thing need to cut off? How do we end it on the proper notes? Everything happened well when it came to the pace of the film. Didn't lose interest. Mainly because the way Richard Williams would kind of handle different agents. So things that could be boring conversations, like, he brought a lot to it. I'm thinking about the breakup with the first coach. I'm thinking about the first agents that they sat down with. Like, those could have been boring moments, but the way he handled it and the way it was shown on the screen, like, it flowed very well and lent itself to being a very good experience overall, watching everything play out. Like, even though it's just men sitting at a table, it'll keep you engaged because it was written well, directed well, acted well, well done. Entertainment value, I gotta give a 9 out of 10 because it's heartwarming. It's good. It's a good time to watch. It's very inspirational. There's nothing bad about it. It's not action where things is blowing up, and it's not a big comedy, but you'll laugh, you'll get teary-eyed, and you'll be entertained by seeing these characters go from humble beginnings. Richard Williams, like, beating the trail, trying to get everybody on his team, to the point where you see the highest of highs. Like, hey, I have a coach, I have a plan, my plan is working, it's coming together. It crescendoed very well, I think is the word that I want to say. Like, it rose up and bam, right on time. I felt it was good, entertainment-wise. Very good entertainment. Family film you can put on in front of anybody, rewatch in front of anybody. So let's talk about rewatchability. That's the only place where the score takes a hit for me. I give it a 5 because it's highly recommended. Highly recommended. But at the same time, I probably wouldn't watch it all again. I would watch pieces again, or I would put it on and like have it on in the background and like try to do other things while it's on. But films like these, the dramas, the ones that are, based on true events and not, I'm a sci-fi fan, I'm an action fan, and it's not stuff blowing up. It's not somebody in a cape or, with a special suit doing some heroic stuff. It's just people living life and going through the adversity of life. I tend to not revisit those. So 5 out of 10, definitely recommend it on the rewatchability. Definitely recommend it other people to watch it. But for me to sit down and watch it again, I can't see myself doing that. So that's the only way the score takes a hit for me. Everything else was high marks because this was a good movie. I can't see why anybody would be upset with it. But those are just my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Did you think King Richard deserves high marks? Like, I feel like it deserves some looks. Like, when it comes to Oscar season, like, take a look at it. You might want to nominate some people for it, for some different things. Do you feel like the hatred, or like the few people who are online like trying to tear the film down, like, do you think they have other motivations besides race? Because I think race plays a big role into why there's any criticism about such a good, wholesome film. I think race is like the central focus, because had King Richard been about a dope fiend daddy, like, nobody would have had anything to say. But since it's about the good side of him, I even saw people bring up the fact that, oh, he had other kids, and like, what about him abandoning the kids? Like, that was addressed in the movie. Did you watch the movie? The movie was a good movie. I don't think there's many holes you can poke in this thing. But on the Algo's internet, there's always somebody trying to do that. So please let me know what you think in the comments. Please drop a comment if you thought it was good, you thought it was bad. What were your thoughts? And those are mine. Enjoy yourself. Guard your heart. Please come back, check out more videos.